Chapter 21 Hero Mall, Crazy Shopping. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Teacher, why do I feel like you've become more handsome again? Li Xiaoli came forward, sniffed Su Xian's body, and said with a smile, it seems that even the smell is better. Really? Zhang Mu was very curious and came forward. You too, get out of my way. Su Xian waved his hand and drove the two disciples away. He looked calm on the surface, but he was a little happy in his heart. It seems that the prototype of the chaos body has indeed changed a lot. Teacher, where are we going next? Li Xiaoli asked. Buy equipment. Su Xian's third goal here is to get a set of epic equipment. After experiencing the joy of the wind boots, Su Xian knows the importance of equipment. A set of epic equipment can definitely greatly improve his combat effectiveness. The master and his apprentices left the Mage Guild and came to the Hero Mall face to face. The Hero Mall was created by the Hero Association, the largest professional organization in Dragon Country, and its influence in Dragon Country is greater than that of the Red Moon Tavern. Walking in from the gate, what comes into view is a dazzling array of shop categories. The classification guidance system is built with holographic imaging technology. Consumers can check the products they want on the first floor, and the mall will present the products to consumers with proportional restoration technology. Su Xian took a look. The entire mall is divided into 9 floors. The first floor sells weapons, the second floor sells helmets, and the third floor sells armor, that is, chest armor, leggings, shoulder pads, etc., which can be purchased as a set or individually. The fourth floor sells combat boots, the fifth floor sells accessories, such as necklaces, bracelets, rings, etc. The sixth floor sells various scrolls, such as enchantment scrolls, summoning scrolls, pet scrolls, and skill scrolls. The seventh floor sells various precious materials, such as the life spring of the elves, the forgotten river water from the core area of the game world, and mysterious substances containing the origin of the other world, etc. As for the 8th and 9th floors, they are not open to everyone, and only entertain strong people above the level of Marquis. Go to the second floor. Su Xian thought about it and took the two disciples to the second floor. At present, the two disciples do not need weapons. Li Xiaoli has his own sledgehammer. The sledgehammer is very special. It is only temporarily sealed. As Xiaoli grows up, the seal of the sledgehammer will be gradually lifted. It will be a weapon that accompanies Xiaoli's growth. As for Zhang Mu, his basic profession is a fighter, and he is not very dependent on weapons. The second floor sells helmets. The head is always one of the most vulnerable parts of human beings. The importance of helmets is self-evident. Whether facing physical attacks or mental attacks, helmets can play a certain role in resisting. Su Xian came to a counter. The boss greeted him with a smile. How many people do you want to buy helmets? I just got a batch of new goods from Longdu headquarters. Do you want to take a look? Bring all the excellent quality ones. Su Xian said. Okay. The boss was very happy. Although Su Xian and his group's cultivation did not look very good, he had a very experienced vision. Seeing the epic shoes Su Xian was wearing and the sledgehammer on the little girl's back, he knew that the 3 people in front of him were distinguished guests. Soon, the boss took out a box from the innermost counter. Opening it, there were 2 almost colorless thin skins in the box. Is this a helmet? Li Xiaoli asked curiously. Little guest has a good eye. The boss introduced. This is the latest product of our Longdu Blacksmith Technology Group, a colorless helmet. It is made of brand new nanotechnology combined with the precious material psychedelic crystal from another world. After wearing it, you can't see any changes at all. Even your hair can be wrapped with nanotechnology. The boss said, and put the helmet on Li Xiaoli's little head. The helmet changed automatically and completed adaptive protection along the contour of Xiaoli's head. From the outside, there was indeed no difference, as if nothing was worn. Is this thing authentic? Su Xian asked. How can I cheat you if I specialize in selling helmets? The boss took out a certificate from the bottom of the box. Look, this is the production certificate of our Longdu Blacksmith Technology Group, and the product quality inspection certificate. Absolutely good quality, no deception, 7 days no reason refund, 30 days replacement, 1 year warranty. Su Xian took the quality inspection certificate and took a look. There is also a seal from the Longhua Market Quality Inspection Department on it, and the certification is indeed excellent quality. How much? Su Xian thought it was not bad, quite suitable for Zhang Mu and Li Xiaoli as students. 200,000 blue star coins each. The boss smiled and stretched out 2 fingers. Buy it. Su Xian threw a card directly on the table, swiped the card. The boss was obviously stunned for a moment. He was ready to bargain, but the customer paid without blinking. He couldn't do it all of a sudden. It would be difficult for him to meet such a generous customer in 3 years. After swiping the card, the boss handed the bill to Su Xian and also gave him a VIP card of their company, saying with a smile, "Guest, if you use this card, you will enjoy a 10% discount at any of our stores in the future. Thank you for your patronage. Welcome to visit next time." Su Xian smiled and nodded, taking the VIP card. He didn't care much about these. Money was just a number to him. Besides, in the Blue Star world, truly rare things cannot be bought with money, such as legendary equipment and mythical equipment. A lot of titled strongmen from all over the world are queuing up to get them. Here, 1 for each person. Su Xian gave the helmets to the 2 disciples. Ding, you gave your disciple Zhang Mu a piece of excellent quality equipment, a colorless helmet. Congratulations on triggering a 10-fold critical return and getting 2 million blue star coins. Ding, you gave your disciple Li Xiaoli a piece of excellent quality equipment, a colorless helmet. Congratulations on triggering a 100-fold critical return and getting an epic quality equipment, an invigorating helmet. Invigorating helmet, epic quality. After wearing it, it can greatly weaken the invasion of external spiritual power, and at the same time has its own invigorating effect, which can slightly increase the user's own spiritual power. Evaluation, inspiring and enthusiastic symphony, bravely move forward. Warrior. Sure enough, Zhang Mu is too dark. He is still so dark after washing his marrow and cutting his bones. Su Xian glanced at Zhang Mu, who was moved again. It seemed that he had taken too much advantage of Zhang Mu and was exhausted. Next time, he should take more advantage of Xiaoli. After buying the helmet, Su Xian took the 2 to the 3rd floor. Following the same method, he bought a set of full-body armor for the 2. Ding, you have given your disciple Zhang Mu a set of excellent quality equipment, red rock armor. Congratulations on triggering the 5-fold critical return and gaining 10 million blue star coins. Ding, you have given your disciple Li Xiaoli a set of excellent quality equipment, explosive wind armor. Congratulations on triggering the 10-fold critical return and gaining 20 million blue star coins. Su Xian. Why did Xiaoli turn black? How can I get a set of epic equipment like this? Chapter 22 Can't collect all. Then we can only buy it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The return of armor is invalid. Su Xian took the 2 to the 4th and 5th floors and bought a pair of combat boots for Li Xiaoli and a set of accessories for each of them, including necklaces, bracelets, and rings. Unfortunately, the return was not very good. Su Xian was only given a lot of blue star coins, and no epic equipment and accessories were obtained. This also confirms the restriction mechanism of the system. Alas, Su Xian sighed. Teacher, what's wrong with you? Li Xiaoli asked, are you out of money? Otherwise, don't take mine, and buy it for Brother Mu. Su Xian smiled and said, as a master, of course I have to treat everyone equally. No matter what your family background and talents are, you are all my disciples, there is no difference. Besides, do you think I, your teacher, look like I am short of money? Teacher is so nice. Compared with Zhang Mu, who can only be moved, Li Xiaoli has seen more of the world. She knows that compared with the marrow cleansing and bone-cutting potion, these equipment are nothing. She remembers the teacher's kindness in her heart. You two go shopping and see if there is anything else you want to buy. I will also buy myself a set of equipment. After finishing the apprentice's outfit, he only returned 1 piece of epic equipment. Su Xian was very unhappy. Since the return was invalid, he could only spend money to buy it directly. After returning the pieces, he now has 180 million blue star coins in his hand, and the price of a single piece of epic equipment is generally around 10 million, the better ones may be 20 or 30 million, and if it is a weapon, it will be more expensive. Send the two disciples away. Su Xian went to the jewelry store first. Compared with armor, helmets and other equipment, bracelets, necklaces, rings and other things are mostly functional items. Rings are usually used as portable storage space. Most of the bracelets are used to increase strength, or speed up the casting speed, skill release speed, etc. Necklaces are used to enhance mental strength, nourish the body, and speed up recovery. Top-level accessories are as precious as main weapons. Boss, show me all your epic quality accessories. Su Xian came to the store and got straight to the point. Please come in, my dear guest. Seeing Su Xian asking for epic quality accessories, the boss quickly invited Su Xian into the VIP room. Epic quality equipment is valuable, so the boss will not take it out easily. In the VIP room, there is a holographic projection of each epic quality accessory, and the function can be demonstrated. The store Su Xian chose is already the largest jewelry store in Qinghu City. But there are not many epic accessories in its collection. There are 7 or 8 rings, 10 or so bracelets, and only 3 or 4 necklaces. Most of them are not in stock and must be transferred from Longdu headquarters. Su Xian took a look and ignored those that were not in stock. He was too lazy to wait. After selecting, Su Xian took a fancy to a set of 3 pieces of jewelry. Sets of jewelry and sets of armor have special effects, and the price will be more expensive, but the practicality will undoubtedly be stronger. The jewelry set Su Xian chose is called Qimen's ring, epic quality, with 50 cubic storage space inside, contains dragon power enchantment, and can slightly increase strength after wearing. Evaluation, low quality among epic quality, nothing special. The ring is really useless to Su Xian. He has unlimited system storage space, and the ring storage space is just a chicken rib for him. Qimen's necklace, epic quality, can help calm the mind after wearing, slightly increase the speed of cultivation, and greatly speed up the recovery of blood and qi. Evaluation, medium quality among epic quality, more suitable for warriors. For Su Xian, the necklace is just icing on the cake. The increased cultivation speed is far less than his chaos body prototype. Qimen's bracelet, epic quality, can increase your own strength after wearing, automatically correct the release deviation of power type skills, contains dark elf enchantment, and can automatically track the enemy's breath within a certain range. Evaluation, details determine success or failure, and small corrections may help you win at a critical moment. The bracelet is good, barely meeting Su Xian's taste. It's not that he has high standards, but the wind boots and exhilarating helmet that were returned before are both top quality epic quality, at least one level higher than these goods. However, what Su Xian cares most about is the effect of the Qimen suit, Qimen 3-piece suit. After wearing it, you can nurture a Qimen spirit arrow in each of the 3 accessories. When the spirit arrow is formed, each arrow can be equivalent to a strike from a peak Tianhe realm strongman. This is the real reason why Su Xian chose the 3-piece suit. He is not short of resources now. What he lacks is a means to cover himself when facing a strong man. After happily spending 70 million blue star coins, Su Xian successfully won the 3-piece suit. He went downstairs again. After some selection, Su Xian picked a set of light armor in the store of Longdu Blacksmith Technology Group. The suit effect is to push the movement speed to the extreme in a short period of time, and it is a must-have for escaping and chasing. Spend money like water. When Su Xian came out of the store, only 30 million of the 180 million blue star coins were left. He looked around the mall. The 2 disciples didn't know where they had gone, so he had to contact Li Xiaoli through the communicator. Li Xiaoli's angry voice came from the other end of the communicator. Teacher, senior brother Mu was beaten. What happened? Su Xian didn't quite understand. With Zhang Mu's honest and simple character, he shouldn't have conflicts with others. We were shopping in the store. Senior brother Mu saw a delicious spirit cake and wanted to buy some. But the boss only wanted 5 kilograms. Li Xiaoli became more and more angry as he spoke. For 5 kilograms of spirit cake, he wanted 200,000 blue star coins. Senior brother Mu didn't want it, so. I know. As soon as Li Xiaoli said this, Su Xian understood the whole story. from ancient times to the present, there have been too many cases of forced buying and selling. The solution ultimately depends on who has the fist. Not long after, Su Xian found the place where the two disciples were. "Teacher, you are finally here." Seeing Su Xian, Li Xiaoli quickly complained, "Senior brother Mu is too honest. He insisted on not causing trouble for you and said that it would be okay to get beaten, he didn't even think about it. Even if you are not here, can't I, your junior sister, support him?" Su Xian said with a straight face, "Zhang Mu, did you hear that? Your junior sister understands the truth, but you don't?" He looked at Zhang Mu's right cheek, there was a bright red slap mark on it. "Zhang Mu, I know you're thinking about me and don't want to cause trouble. Then I'll tell you, in Qinghu City, even if the sky falls, I'll support you. People live their lives, sometimes just to fight for a breath, the fault is not yours, but you're beaten for nothing, Xiaoli feels ashamed for you." Su Xian was disappointed, he knew Zhang Mu was honest, but he didn't expect him to be so honest. If it were someone else, knowing Xiaoli's family background, he wouldn't be scared at all. With Zhang Mu's character, if he left school, he would definitely suffer more losses, and he might even die. He had to help him correct it, not to teach Zhang Mu to bully others. But he had to let Zhang Mu know that when he was out, he had to keep his duty. He came to Zhang Mu and raised his hand to point at the shop owner. "Go, hit him back, let him remember it in the future, and you will remember it too." Chapter 23 Qinghu is crying, why are they all masters? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Go ahead, senior brother. Li Xiaoli put his hands on his waist and said angrily, "Junior sister, I am your second strongest supporter." Zhang Mu clenched his fists, he walked towards the shop step by step. The shop owner had noticed Su Xian's arrival a long time ago, but he didn't take it seriously. He dared to force buying and selling, so he naturally had a backer to support him. The shop has been open for many years, and there have been many troublemakers, but in Qinghu City, no one who can make more trouble than him has been born yet. "Boy, is that your backer?" The shop owner said disdainfully. "I tell you, it's useless to call the King of Heaven today. Either pay the money or accept it honestly." 2 slaps and 200,000 blue star coins. "You kid made a lot of money, you know." Zhang Mu stared at him, his eyes as calm as a hunting wolf. His skin all over his body was red, and his palms turned red, which was a manifestation of the extreme concentration of strength. He slapped out with one palm. Looking for death, the shop owner saw that Zhang Mu really dared to take action, and the kitchen knife in his hand chopped forward, actually aiming directly at Zhang Mu's face. At the moment he made his move, Su Xian also moved. He was the last to arrive, and appeared behind the shop owner in one step. He pressed down lightly with one hand, and the dragon roared, shaking the shop owner's knife to the ground. The sudden pressure made the shop owner completely unable to bear it. With a plop, he knelt on his knees, and blood flowed out of his knees, flowing around along the slightly cracked ground. Snap! Snap! A crisp slap sounded, and Zhang Mu slapped the shop owner in the face. Before the owner could react, he slapped back with his backhand. After the 2 slaps, Zhang Mu did not vent any extra anger and retracted his hand. Beep! Beep! The urgent alarm sounded, and the city defense army that maintained the order of the mall rushed here. Su Xian stood there, waiting for the city defense army to arrive. According to the laws of the Dragon Kingdom, as long as you have enough evidence to show that you did not start the fight first, but the other party hit you first, and you fight back, it is considered legitimate defense. Of course, in this world where strength is respected, the law is sometimes not very effective. Zhang Mu looked at Su Xian anxiously. "Master, I'm sorry to trouble you." In the education Zhang Mu received, no organization is more deterrent than the official, which is why he doesn't want to cause trouble. The city defense army arrived. They first glared at Su Xian and his apprentices, and then looked at the shop owner flatteringly. "Boss Lu, is someone causing trouble here?" "Captain Sun, these 2 people, one refuses to pay, and the other casually hurts people. What do you think of dealing with them?" the shop owner said viciously. "Boss Lu, don't worry, I will give you a satisfactory explanation." The city defense army called Captain Sun kept smiling at the shop owner, then glared at Su Xian and Zhang Mu, and shouted, "Come on, arrest them for me." Su Xian stood there, without resistance, just counted silently in his heart, 10. 9. 8. 7. The shop owner thought Su Xian dared not resist, so he rushed to Su Xian and said proudly, "Why are you not so arrogant? You were very capable before, right? Try to be more arrogant again." Point 3. 2. 1. When Su Xian finished counting silently, a strong aura rushed towards this place. The next second, Captain Sun had already flown out. The shop owner stared at the newcomer in a daze, his mouth opened a little wider. "Governor Qinghu? Why are you here?" "Boss Lu, I'm really sorry," Qinghu said in embarrassment. "Recently, the superiors have been investigating strictly and told us to strictly abide by the law." Seeing that Xiao Sun arrested people without knowing the truth, he was a little heavy. Su Xian, who was standing aside, was a little surprised when he heard this. It seems that this shop owner is not small. Even Qinghu has to call him Boss Lu. No wonder he dares to be so arrogant. Boss Lu wanted to say something else. Qinghu immediately leaned over and whispered a few words in his ear. Boss Lu's expression changed quickly. He looked at Su Xian with fear, and finally said nothing more. Qinghu came to Su Xian again and whispered, "Mr. Su, how about this matter end here? The shop owner is called Lu Shuangdong, and he is a relative of the shareholders of Hero Mall. He has two powerful men behind him, so he is not easy to mess with." Su Xian suddenly realized, no wonder even Qinghu is afraid of the shop owner. With the shareholders of Hero Chamber of Commerce standing behind him, this kind of background can really walk sideways in a small town. For some reason, Su Xian wanted to laugh. Qinghu is the governor of a city, but he has people inside and outside pressuring him, which is really uncomfortable. Then let him go for now. Su Xian is not a person who likes to meddle in other people's business. He has achieved his goal of teaching Zhangmu, and there is no point in continuing to put pressure on him. It is impossible to really kill Lu Shuangdong in public. "Brother." Lu Shuangdong suddenly looked at him and said jokingly, "Your disciples are still young and prone to accidents. You should keep an eye on them and don't let them die halfway." Su Xian's eyes were filled with murderous intent. "You too, Qingzhou city has not been peaceful recently. Be careful when walking at night, don't fall to death." The two confronted each other. Qinghu felt a headache. He just wanted to be a governor of a small city peacefully. Why are there so many masters? There are many marquises and kings standing behind them, and any one of them will be enough to make him drink 2 pots. Su Xian silently memorized the name Lu Shuangdong. If the other party really dared to make trouble afterwards, he would dare to send him to hell. It is not easy to do it here in front of Qinghu. Leave the Hero Mall. Because of what happened just now, the two disciples became more familiar with each other, talking and laughing. However, Li Xiaoli was still the one who dominated the topic. During the conversation, Zhangmu suddenly asked curiously, "Junior sister Xiaoli, your mother is a titled strongman, what about your father? Is he even more powerful?" Li Xiaoli shook her head, "I don't have a father." "Ah. Sorry." Zhangmu apologized immediately, but Li Xiaoli didn't care at all. "Senior brother Mu, you don't need to apologize. It's enough for me to have a mother who loves me." After that, she looked at Su Xian again. "Of course, now I have the best teacher again." Su Xian smiled and shook his head. The little smart guy is quite good at talking, but he was also very curious about who Li Xiaoli's father was. If Zhangmu hadn't asked this question suddenly, he would have thought that Li Xiaoli's father was at least a titled strongman. After all, Shuiyuehou Lin Suying is a nearly perfect woman, whether in terms of figure, appearance, or strength. This is true, the person who can conquer Shuiyuehou. Ahem. Su Xian was thinking, when a figure suddenly appeared in front of him. It was none other than Lin Suying, the Marquis of Shuiyuehou. Damn. Su Xian was a little panicked. Could the powerful Marquis have the ability to read minds? He looked forward. Today, the Marquis of Shuiyuehou wore a red dress. Compared with the elegance and nobility last time, this time it was more sexy and charming. The already magnificent prospect was even more exaggerated with this dress. The belt bound the slender waist, what the skirt could not cover was the proud curves under the breeze. Su Xian admitted that he was attracted for a fraction of a second, but he quickly shifted his sight. Mr. Su, I'm sorry to bother you. It's urgent. I have to take Xiaoli back to the royal city tonight. The soft and pleasant voice of the Marquis of Shuiyuehou came, looking at the slightly forced smile on the beautiful face of the peerless beauty. Su Xian had a bad premonition in his heart. Why are you so anxious all of a sudden? Chapter 24, Shuiyuehou returns the favor. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There is something strange happening in Dinghai King City. Marquis Shuiyuehou frowned and said, according to the detection of the Sky Eye system, it is very likely that a large world passage will be born near Neptune City in the recent period. The so-called World Channel is the port that connects the Blue Star world and the Game world, divided into 4 categories: small, medium, large, and extra large. Among them, small world passages are the most common. Small world passages can allow bronze, silver, and gold-level monsters to pass. It forms extremely quickly and cannot be destroyed, only guarded. Countless small world passages force humans to abandon the wilderness and retreat to the city. Then a special energy matrix is established to protect the city, stabilize the urban area, and prevent the birth of a world passage. The medium-sized world passage can pass through for monsters of the star, silver moon, and sun level. The large world passage can be used by Qinghu level and feudal level. The super large world passage can be used by the king level. All world passages are bidirectional. Monsters can enter the Blue Star world, and humans can also enter the Game world. However, there are too many low-level monsters in the Game world, and there is also technological civilization. The Blue Star world can only adopt a defensive policy, and there is currently no counterattack capital. Large-scale world passages have rarely appeared in the past 100 years. The confrontation between the two worlds usually takes place at the largest intersection of the world walls, a place called the battlefield of the two worlds. The sudden detection of signs of the emergence of a large world passage this time was enough for the entire Dragon Kingdom, and even the world, to pay attention. Su Xian knew the importance of the matter and couldn't help him much. He didn't say much. He just looked at his second apprentice and gave some instructions. Xiaoli, you have to work hard to practice even if you go to the royal city, you know. Teacher, will you come to see me? Li Xiaoli was reluctant to leave. She was really happy these days while practicing with her teacher. Su Xian smiled and said, when senior brother like you, a wooden fellow, graduates, I will come to see you. Then let's go. Shuiyuehou smiled and pulled Li Xiaoli to leave. The moment he grabbed Xiaoli's wrist, the expression on her face suddenly froze. What's going on? She was shocked in her heart and felt it carefully. How did the purity of the little carp's root bones improve so much? Shuiyuehou will do a root and bone test on the little carp every month, and provide targeted food supplements and even medicinal supplements to improve the little carp's root and bones bit by bit. The resources she spent on Xiaoli were definitely no less than those of the descendants of those powerful kings, but even so, it was becoming increasingly difficult to improve the bones. It can even take months to make the slightest difference. Shuiyuehou could only think of one way to greatly improve the purity of root bones. That is the marrow cleansing potion of the highest purity. The ultimate purity means that it is not mixed with any other substances and is purely made from the fusion of the spring of life and the water of the forgotten river. It's hard for even her to get a potion of that kind of purity, because the elves' fountain of life is pitifully rare. The elves cannot even digest it internally, and only 1 in 100 has spread to the market. The forgotten river is at the core of the game world. Obtaining pure forgotten river water is no less difficult than the fountain of life. Who would give such a precious marrow-cleansing medicine to others quietly? Su Xian. At this time, Shuiyuehou only had this name in his mind. She raised her head and looked at Su Xian with a complicated expression. Mr. Su, you. What's wrong? Su Xian was a little confused. Xiaoli's bones. Shuiyuehou still felt ridiculous in his heart and didn't know how to speak. Oh, you mean marrow-cleansing potion, right? Su Xian reacted and said with a smile, Xiaoli is my disciple. Helping my disciples to improve is just a matter of duty and is not a big deal. Su Xian didn't care at all. Shuiyuehou had to care, because she knew the importance of the marrow cleansing potion, which once again subverted her understanding of Su Xian, being able to take out the highest purity marrow cleansing potion at his fingertips. How terrifying is Su Xian's background? No matter what, she owed Su Xian a huge favor. "Mr. Su, please come with me." Marquis Shuiyuehou didn't want to owe a huge favor for no reason, so he at least wanted to express it. She grabbed Su Xian. In a flash, the two of them disappeared from the spot. Only Zhang Mu and Li Xiaoli were left stunned, looking at each other. After a long while, Zhang Mu said blankly, "Xiaoli, your mother seems to have kidnapped our master." "Who?" Li Xiaoli rolled her eyes at him and said angrily, "It's so ugly to say that you are not a kid. My mother is this kind of person. She is a bit feudal. It is said that it is indecent to come back and not reciprocate. When she saw the teacher washing my marrow and cutting my bones, she would definitely want to return the favor." On the other side, Su Xian was taken to an underground secret room by Shuiyuehou. "Mr. Su, this is the underground treasure house of our Lin family." Shuiyuehou waved his hand, opened the door to the secret room, and led Su Xian in. What comes into view are rows of shelves and treasure chests piled into a hill. There are various weapons, armors, jewelry, scrolls, gold and silver treasures, and there are countless types. As a reward for helping the little carp cleanse his marrow and cut his bones, you can choose any 3 treasures here to take away. Shuiyuehou said. "Good." Looking at Shuiyuehou's firm eyes, Su Xian did not refuse and said with a smile, "If possible, I would like a handy weapon." "What type?" Marquis Shuiyuehou asked hesitantly. She only realized now that she didn't know what Su Xian's profession was. She had read the official information once and it showed that he was a shooter, but the sledgehammer that Su Xian used was so amazing that it didn't look like a shooter at all. "It's all right." Su Xian smiled. "It's all right." Shuiyuehou finally couldn't help it. "Mr. Su, are you a jobless wanderer?" The so-called jobless wanderer is someone who has a little bit of every profession, but people's time and energy are limited, and the upper limit of jobless wanderers is destined not to be too high. There are only a handful of people who can reach the silver moon level. There has never been a jobless wanderer above the level of a marquis in history. To be able to reach the level of a marquis with 2 professions is already a heavenly figure. Is Su Xian's realm breakthrough slow because he is following the path of a jobless wanderer? Shuiyuehou felt sorry in his heart. If that was the case, it would be a waste of talent. With Su Xian's talent, she didn't dare to say that he would be crowned a king, but it was inevitable that he would be crowned a marquis. Facing Shuiyuehou's question, Su Xian just smiled, "I guess so. I don't have a fixed job yet. I want to try the taste of being equally connected." What others can't do doesn't mean that Su Xian can't do it. With the existence of the chaos body prototype and the return mechanism, even if he practices all professions together, the speed of breaking through will not be greatly affected. Shuiyuehou sighed. "If Mr. Su insists on becoming a jobless person, I have a weapon that is very suitable for you. I'll show it to you." After that, Shuiyuehou waved his hand. In the corner of the secret room, a weapon flew out and landed in Shuiyuehou's hand, that is, an umbrella. Chapter 25. Why is it that I can't repay the favor? You are listening at novelfull.audio. This umbrella is called Thousand Chances Umbrella. Marquis Shuiyuehou introduced. He can transform into many forms according to your needs. It can be used as a warrior, a shooter, or a mage. I will demonstrate it to you. After the words fell, Shuiyuehou opened the Thousand Chance umbrella in his hand. When the Thousand Planes umbrella is opened, it will take the form of a shield. There are multiple hidden buttons on the umbrella handle. Pressing them in sequence can transform it into a sniper rifle, sledgehammer, long sword, staff, spear, and mechanical wings. Currently, including the original form, it has a total of 9 forms. If you want to have more forms, you can also ask the blacksmith master to help transform it. Its disadvantages are also obvious. The multiple changes are destined to make it expensive and unspecialized. In addition, there are too few jobless individuals. No force is willing to spend a lot of energy to create a Qinghu umbrella of epic quality or above. The 1000-chance umbrella in my hand is only of rare quality. Shuiyuehou spoke eloquently and told Su Xian all the pros and cons of the 1000-chance umbrella. That's enough for now. Su Xian readily accepted it. For him, the 1000 manifestations umbrella was the perfect weapon. Besides weapons, is there anything else Mr. Su wants? Shuiyuehou continued to ask. Is there any king-level technique? Su Xian couldn't think of what he wanted, so he made a joke. To his surprise, Shuiyuehou nodded seriously. Yes, but in this case, Mr. Su will owe me a favor. The highest purity marrow cleansing potion is certainly precious, but the king-level exercises are also rare treasures, and their value is much higher than the marquis-level exercises. Su Xian was also surprised. Shuiyuehou actually possesses a king-level skill. I have to say, he was tempted. Having the king-level skills will give you more hope of reaching the king-level realm, and your advantage among those at the same level will be further widened. You don't really want to learn, do you? Seeing Su Xian's serious look, Marquis Shuiyuehou covered his mouth and said with a smile, my technique is only suitable for women, not men. However, Mr. Su is an unemployed layman. If you are sincere, I can teach you nobility below the rank of Marquis. Basic part. The basic part. An idea flashed in Su Xian's mind. Maybe he could use the return system to obtain the complete king-level technique. Even if you don't get it, there's nothing to lose. Then thank you Marquis Shuiyuehou. Su Xian cupped his fists and thanked him. Good. Marquis Shuiyuehou would also be happy to return the favor. It was just teaching Su Xian some basic skills, and it did not violate the teacher's orders. Whoosh. Whoosh. 2 meditation futons fell in front of the two of them. Shuiyuehou sat cross-legged, raised his hands, and stretched his palms forward. Su Xian followed the gourd and made the same movement. Their palms faced each other, 3 inches apart. Close your eyes, concentrate, and feel carefully. The soft voice of Marquis Shuiyuehou came. Su Xian followed Shuiyuehou's guidance and put aside distracting thoughts, and the two people's spiritual powers blended together in a wonderful way. A picture gradually emerged in Su Xian's mind. It was a calm lake with rising mist, and a woman was dancing a sword in the haze. Her sword is very soft and as long as water. The sword, which seems to have no lethality, progresses one sword at a time, giving people a feeling that it is difficult to break free. The sword moves from slow to fast. When Su Xian realized that the speed of the sword was accelerating, the power of the sword had reached another level. Every thrust of the sword was like a phantom, as if thousands of sword holders were drawing swords at the same time. When all the swords hit the same plane, the space shattered like a mirror. Whoosh. The moment the water realm shattered, a sword suddenly stabbed at Su Xian, heading straight for his life gate. Su Xian quickly resisted. He held the Tianji umbrella, learned how to use it now, turned the umbrella into a sword, and used the same sword technique to fight with the woman holding the sword. Shuiyuehou opened his eyes blankly and saw Su Xian performing a selfless sword dance. Have you entered a state of enlightenment? Marquis Shuiyuehou was shocked. The technique she practiced was called Qinghu Shuiyuehou, and it was specially created for women. Why was Su Xian able to enter a state of enlightenment the first time he practiced it? How strong is this talent? She stepped aside and looked at Su Xian silently. Gradually, her eyes changed. Su Xian's sword, which was crude at the beginning, soon became smooth and fluent, and finally reached the level of being able to enter a palace. At that time, she was called by her teacher as the most suitable person in the world for Qinghu Shuiyuehou. She had been practicing for a full month to reach Su Xian's level. Shuiyuehou was in a trance. Su Xian moved again. The heavenly secret umbrella changes, turning the sword into a hammer. He's adapting it. Marquis Shuiyuehou's eyes widened. Qinghu Shuiyuehou was originally a technique that used softness to overcome hardness, but Su Xian used the hammer to use softness to overlap and break through the realm with one blow. Then came shields, knives, spears. All kinds of weapons were used by Su Xian. Shuiyuehou's worldview has been completely overturned. Are Wuji Sanren so strong? Or is it that Su Xian's own talent is too evil and he can adapt to any technique in the world? Su Xian is still practicing. Shuiyuehou watched from the side, gradually becoming fascinated. Su Xian's figure gradually blurred in her eyes, appearing in a hazy state, with qi, shape and quality integrated into one. At this time, Su Xian seemed to blend into the world. Marquis Shuiyuehou wanted to look more carefully, but he couldn't see anything clearly, couldn't see anything, couldn't hear anything, couldn't follow anything. That state is very strange. It reminded Marquis Shuiyuehou of the chaotic state of Blue Star's transformation at the beginning of the collision between the two worlds recorded in the century history of Blue Star. There was a turbulent wave in her heart. The wonder of chaos contained the secret of becoming a king. Only by entering the deepest level of enlightenment could she understand it. Su Xian actually demonstrated chaos in front of her. Even the most superficial level was enough to shock her. Looking at Su Xian, who was in a dazed state, Shuiyuehou finally felt enlightenment in her heart. She immediately sat cross-legged and meditated. Perhaps, this is your chance to become a king. King is not just a title, the king is the master. The key to becoming a king is to create a small world that is completely dominated by oneself. Everything in the world returns to chaos. Chaos is the beginning of creation. The aura of light in Shuiyuehou's heart was continuously amplified, and a layer of water-like domain around her slowly spread, layer by layer, for a total of 9 layers. In the reflection of the moon in the water, a seed sprouts. I understand that if she wasn't afraid of disturbing Su Xian, she really wanted to shout loudly, with this seed, she is one step closer to becoming a king. With the guidance of this seed, the path to becoming a king will gradually become clear. It means that she will one day become a king. There is only one opportunity left. She looked at Su Xian with a complicated expression and murmured, "So, I owe you another favor. I'm afraid I will never be able to repay this favor." She even wondered if Su Xian deliberately used this method to demonstrate to her in order to prevent her from having a psychological burden. With Su Xian's indifferent attitude towards the world, and the fact that he could freely give even the most pure marrow-cleansing potion to his disciples, this was really possible. "Su Xian, I really can't see through you more and more." Thousands of thoughts intertwined in Shuiyuehou's mind, forming the word sorrow. A long time, Marquis Shuiyuehou sighed. She reached behind her neck, untied the string at the back of her neck, took off the jade pendant she wore on her chest, and wrote another note. Put it on the futon, turn around and leave. Chapter 26. You can become stronger just by lying down. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After an unknown amount of time, Su Xian woke up from a deep state of enlightenment. Everything in the enlightenment passed through Su Xian's mind like a dream. Even Su Xian himself was a little surprised that he actually demonstrated the basic part of mirror flower water moon with various weapons in a state of enlightenment. Is this the horror of the chaos body? The prototype is so strong, how strong will the complete chaos body be? It seems that the system also wants to lie down and retire early, and open such a big cheat for itself. Where is Shuiyuehou? After waking up, Su Xian looked around. Shuiyuehou had disappeared, leaving only a jade pendant and a note on the futon in front of him. Did Shuiyuehou trust me too much? He left me alone in the Lin family treasure house. Su Xian was quite surprised. He picked up the futon and looked at it, and then put it to his nose and smelled it, and a light and pleasant fragrance came to his nose. What material is it made of? It smells so good. Su Xian was curious, picked up the note and glanced at it. Mr. Su, the situation in Dinghai Wangcheng is urgent. I have taken Xiaoli to Wangcheng. We will see each other again if we are lucky. This jade pendant was given to me by my teacher. It has been with me since I was a child. It can be activated at a critical moment to block the full force attack of a powerful king. I will give it to Mr. Su. I will repay the favor if there is a chance. Take care. Su Yinglu. Su Xian was a little confused. He moved the jade pendant away from his nose awkwardly. From childhood to adulthood? A personal item? What happened during the time he entered the state of enlightenment? Not to mention the significance of this jade pendant to Shuiyuehou, the practicality of being able to withstand the full force attack of a powerful king should also be very important to Shuiyuehou, who is still only in the state of marquis. Su Xian racked his brains but couldn't figure out why he was suddenly given a jade pendant. Is the favor too much? Forget it, I didn't suffer any loss anyway. Su Xian was too lazy to think about it. It's not like he won't see Shuiyuehou in the future. He will ask him clearly after seeing him. The following days were ordinary. Su Xian slacked off at work every day, punched in and left after work, and looked for talents among the students, but still had no results. 20 days passed in the blink of an eye. The annual college entrance examination is coming. Since the marrow cleansing and bone cutting, Zhangmu's cultivation has made great progress. Every day, except for going to school and sleeping, he would practice in the secret realm. Finally, he reached the peak of the silver realm before the college entrance examination. After Zhangmu's efforts, Su Xian also touched the threshold of the starry realm. As long as Zhangmu works harder, he can break through. A week before the college entrance examination, Su Xian received an invitation from the Qingzhou city officials to be one of the official invigilators of Qingzhou city this time. He received the exam list very early, because all exams in the country are controlled and scored by the mysterious Sky Eye system. It is nothing to know the list of candidates in advance. No one can cheat under the monitoring of the Sky Eye system. There are 25,800 candidates in the 13 high schools in Qingzhou city. In the last mock exam, Lin Weiwei ranked first in Qingzhou city, and her strength has reached the initial stage of the Golden Realm. Because she admired her sister Lin Suiying very much, Lin Weiwei also chose a swordsman as her basic profession. The second place in Qingzhou city is the son of Governor Qinghu, named Qingxian, whose strength is also in the initial stage of the Golden Realm and whose basic profession is archer. Su Xian read all the way down. The top 10 on the list are basically rich second generation or official second generation. The accumulation of resources from childhood to adulthood allows them to suppress other students. Zhangmu is already outside the top 50 on the list, but the list is based on the last mock exam. In terms of current strength, Zhangmu can at least rank in the top 3, it is even possible to be the first. It's a pity that Qingzhou city is just a remote place after all. Ranking first in Qingzhou city is nothing. University admissions are based on national rankings. It's a blessing for a person in a place like Qingzhou city to be admitted to the 4 major universities. Master. A voice came from outside, and Zhangmu came. The college entrance examination will be tomorrow. How do you feel? Su Xian asked. Very nervous. How many minutes did you take to pass the test last night? 71 minutes and 36 seconds. Zhangmu said honestly, if I can break through to the Golden Realm before the exam, I can definitely be faster and exceed the score line of the 4 universities. Now I am still a little short. Su Xian nodded. I remember that among the 4 universities, Longdu University has the highest score of 700 points, and the pass time must be within 60 minutes. The lowest score line is Beifeng University, which has a score of 690 points and the pass time is required to be within 65 minutes. I heard that there are a lot of people in Longdu who pass the level in 40 to 50 minutes, and even in 10 minutes. The young people nowadays are more terrible than each other. Zhangmu smiled and said, Master, you are obviously very young too, why do you always like to say these things? Su Xian smiled, did you see Lao Zhao's baldness? When you are young, you don't know how good your hair is. How distressing it is to be bald in middle age. Now I just want to enter the retirement life in advance. Zhangmu was at a loss, and didn't know whether what the master said was true or false. Is hair really that important? Besides, wouldn't it be better to have hair transplants for bald heads? Or do the strong keep their true nature? No plastic surgery, no hair transplant, no height increase, Thinking about it this way, the generation gap between me and my master seems to be quite big. Chatted for a while, Zhangmu raced against time and entered the secret realm again to start the final experience before the college entrance examination. The other students are adjusting their mentality at home at the moment. High school students generally have weak psychological endurance. Not everyone can train with weights under great pressure like Zhangmu, once. Twice. Even if the score can only be improved by 1 second each time, it is also something worthy of encouragement for Zhangmu. Su Xian has been watching Zhangmu's performance, he can feel that Zhangmu has begun to truly transform. As long as he graduates from high school and enters college, Zhang will definitely be able to soar to the sky. Wait until the college entrance examination is over. The plan of lying flat for retirement can take another big step forward. Thinking of a happy retirement life, Su Xian had a good sleep, woke up again, was awakened by the comfort from all over the body. Starry Realm. Su Xian carefully sensed the changes in his body. In the originally empty Dantian, there were some starlights at some point. The birth of starlight is the sign of entering the starry realm. Below the starry realm, there is only a difference in physical strength. When entering the starry realm, one can mobilize the energy of heaven and earth into the body, constantly improve one's body, and enhance the interaction with the nature of heaven and earth. But Su Xian's starry realm seems a little different. Others have to work hard to condense a little starlight, but he only needs a few natural breaths, and the starlight automatically condenses in his body, constantly nourishing his body. So the prototype of the chaos body has this function. Then when he enters the silver moon and sun realms in the future, won't it be, absorbing the energy of the sun during the day and the energy of the moon at night, really? Reborn, I can become stronger just by lying down. Chapter 27, The Fish Leaps Over the Dragon Gate, right now. You are listening at novelfull.audio. New calendar year 500, June 8, the students of Longwa finally ushered in the annual college entrance examination, 12 years of hard study and diligent practice day and night, just to get a good score today. The opportunity to leap over the Dragon Gate is now. If you are admitted to a good university, you will have the opportunity to contact a wider world, get more training resources, and complete the transformation from a basic professional to a senior professional. If you can't pass the college entrance examination, you can only do some basic work from now on. Work hard to support your family, and it will be difficult to have the opportunity to become a senior professional. Relatively speaking, the college entrance examination is the fairest selection. At least it gives poor students the opportunity to soar to the sky, even if the probability is very slim. Longwa has spent countless resources to implement the 12-year compulsory education system, in order to give more folk geniuses the opportunity to emerge. The entrances to major secret realms across the country are full of banners welcoming the college entrance examination. Countless students rush to the examination room. As a staff member of the Novice Secret Realm of Hohhot Street, Shuiyuehou District, Qinghu City, Su Xian was appointed as the main invigilator of this examination room. Please enter the venue, candidates. The broadcast sounded. Outside the door, the nervous students lined up in an orderly manner to the entrance. The Sky Eye robot sent by the government scanned each student in detail to confirm that the students did not carry any prohibited items, consumables, weapons, and protective gear. All met the unified specifications. Inspection completed, all qualified. Please enter the first batch of candidates. The secret realm guarded by Su Xian is of the smallest specification, and only 100 people can enter at a time. Lin Weiwei and Qinghu's son Qingxian were both in the first batch. Zhang Mu was in the second batch. Above the secret realm, a huge holographic display was displayed, showing everyone's clearance speed synchronously. Soon, the first batch of candidates entered the secret realm. Come to the first copy. Mirkwood, the lord creature of the Mirkwood copy is the Minotaur, and the subordinate monsters are the Green Goblin, the Red Goblin, the Goblin Centurion, and the Ordinary Goblin. Someone has cleared the Dark Forest. Lin Weiwei and Qingxian are indeed the ace students of our school. They cleared the first dungeon in 30 seconds. Someone else was eliminated. What a shame. This guy may be the first one in the country to be eliminated. Su Xian and several invigilators stared at the administrator's screen. It was indeed easy for Lin Weiwei and Qingxian, who were in the gold realm, to clear the lowest level dungeon. They were completely killed in 1 second. The exam had just begun, and the gap in the realms of the students was already vividly reflected. Some passed in 1 second, while others were forced to be eliminated. Lin Weiwei and Qingxian entered the second dungeon, Thunder Ruins, without any pause. The Thunder Ruins, which was a nightmare difficulty, had a silver-level lord creature, Thunder Goblin, which was enough to stump half of the students in Qingzhou City. Of course, for the candidates who had already reached the gold realm, it was still easy. In just 1 minute, several gold realm students had passed the peak bronze and initial silver levels had a hard time, and even needed to use healing potions to get through. The passing speed was further widened. The third dungeon, the Cat Demon Swamp, the Lord Creature Dark Curse Cat Demon has the skills of Bleeding, Weakness, and Curse, and its strength is at the peak of the silver level. In addition, the subordinate creature Fluorescent Cat Demon has healing skills, which greatly weakens the way for candidates to pass the level by consuming healing potions. Since the examination method is to brush the dungeon alone, several gold-level students also need to spend a lot of energy to face the coordinated siege of monsters. The clearance speed is pulled apart again. As a shooter, Xuan's disadvantages began to show in this situation. The lack of range attack power and frequent positioning and adjustment of output positions increased his consumption. As a swordsman, Lin Weiwei's swordsmanship is elegant and agile. She can deal with the siege calmly. She killed the Lord Creature Dark Curse Cat Demon without spending too much effort. It took exactly 10 minutes to pass the first 3 dungeons, which is 1 minute faster than the last mock exam. Weiwei has made great progress. It seems that the first place in Qinghu City is most likely to be Weiwei. Several teachers talked excitedly. Su Xian remained calm. His talent was not even a little bit inferior to that of his sister Shuiyuehou. He even had some doubts. Were the two really born from the same mother? Examiner Su. A teacher suddenly asked Su Xian, I heard that Zhang Mu is your student. What do you think he can get this time? First. Su Xian replied confidently, last night, Zhang Mu broke through the Golden Realm. He taught Zhang Mu some of the great power Heavenly Dragon's skills overnight. His strength was no longer comparable to that of the mock exam. Several teachers were stunned. One person laughed and said, I didn't expect Examiner Su to be so humorous. The other teachers also echoed, Zhang Mu has never been in the top 30 in Qinghu City in 3 years of high school. Even if his ancestors' graves smoked, he would never get the first place. Examiner Su, don't you think that your 1-month teaching is better than the 3-year teaching of our Qinghu No. 1 middle school team? Zhang Mu has indeed made progress recently, but Examiner Su, you are bragging a little too much. Faced with the doubts of many teachers, Su Xian just smiled faintly and said, you are all right. When several people talked, the clearance speed list above has opened up a very obvious gap. In just half an hour, more than half of the students were eliminated. The bronze-level students were completely wiped out. At this time, Lin Weiwei has come to the last daily dungeon, the Flame Canyon. The Lord Creature is the Flame Queen, who has the skills of Meteor Shower and Meteorite Summoning, and all attacks have a burning effect. The strength of the Flame Queen is the initial stage of gold, and with many subordinate creatures, Lin Weiwei also had a very difficult time when facing this level. Time passed bit by bit. It took Lin Weiwei half an hour to reach the Lord level. Among the 4 super universities in Longhua, the Beifeng University, which ranks last, requires admission within 65 minutes. If Lin Weiwei wants to enter the 4 universities, she must defeat the Flame Queen within 25 minutes. Come on, Weiwei. Our school's enrollment promotion next year depends on you. The teachers at the invigilation desk were more nervous than Lin Weiwei herself. At this time, most of the remaining students entered the Flame Canyon dungeon, and a long delaying war began. Back then, the Silver Realm Su Xian also relied on delaying tactics, constantly taking drugs, and wasted his time, facing the meteor shower and magic meteorite summoned by the Fire Queen. Lin Weiwei's speed has been increased to the extreme. The sword is like a phantom, shuttling through the Flame Canyon, constantly consuming the vitality of the Fire Queen. 1 sword, 2 swords, 3 swords. Lin Weiwei is getting more and more anxious. There is not enough time. Looking at the meteorite falling again, Lin Weiwei gritted her teeth and did not dodge backwards. Instead, she rushed forward with her sword, desperate, and cut off her own retreat. Danger. Too reckless. Several teachers were anxious. Lin Weiwei's move was obviously prepared to decide the outcome with 1 move. If she wins, she will enter the 4 major universities. If she loses, the chance of being eliminated is also very high. In the eyes of the teachers, Lin Weiwei's sword moves are far less powerful than the ability to decide the outcome with 1 move. They can't bear to watch anymore and turn their heads away. Su Xian's calm voice came from the side. She won. Chapter 28. Is this Examiner Su's disciple? You are listening at novelfull.audio. A sword thrust out, sword shadows appeared in all directions. Wherever the sword tip reached, the body of the Fire Queen shattered like a mirror. Ding. On the pass list, time froze, 64 minutes and 59 seconds, Lin Weiwei fell to the ground, not even having the strength to hold the sword, her whole body soaked in sweat. The move just now had exhausted her strength. 1. Really 1. 64 minutes and 59 seconds, just hit the admission score line of Beifeng University. Several teachers reacted and cheered. For 10 years, a full 10 years, no one from Qinghu No. 1 middle school had entered the 4 major universities, and finally got their wish at this moment. After cheering, several people looked at Su Xian in disbelief. Examiner Su, how do you know that Weiwei's sword can win? Su Xian smiled faintly. Because I am more familiar with her swordsmanship. You are more familiar with it? A teacher said, I have taught Weiwei for 3 years, and I have never seen her use this move. How come you are familiar with it? Weiwei's move just now should be taught by Shuiyuehou. Another teacher guessed. Shuiyuehou's sword moves, even if they are basic sword moves, it is already amazing that Weiwei can use them. No wonder we haven't seen them before. That's not right. How can Examiner Su be familiar with Shuiyuehou's sword moves? I guess he just guessed it. The teachers still didn't believe that Su Xian, a small secret realm instructor, couldn't see through Shuiyuehou's sword moves. Su Xian just smiled at this. He was too lazy to argue about these meaningless things. If he said that Shuiyuehou gave him all the personal jade pendants, I guess these people would go to the governor's mansion to report him for bragging. He could tell from Lin Weiwei's opening move. That move was the breakthrough in Mirror Flower and Water Moon. Although he had only learned a few basics, it was more than enough to kill a gold-level lord creature. Lin Weiwei passed the level. The rest of the candidates were still taking the exam. Qing Xian took 73 minutes and was the second to pass the level after Lin Weiwei. In the end, 80 candidates from the first batch were eliminated and 20 passed the level. The longest time to pass the level was 140 minutes. Although this result passed the level, it is very likely that it would not even pass the score line of a second-tier university. After all the first batch of candidates came out, the second batch of candidates were also ready. Please invite the second batch of candidates to enter the secret realm. The broadcast sounded. The candidates who were ready to go entered the secret realm. Those teachers obviously didn't care much about the second batch of students. They didn't think any of them could surpass Lin Weiwei or even Xuan's results. The exam began. 20 seconds later, the first name appeared on the leaderboard. First place, Zhang Mu, who cleared the dark forest in 20 seconds. What? Did I see that correctly? It was faster than Lin Weiwei. The students and teachers who had come out were all stunned, especially Lin Weiwei, whose pride was once again hit. She finally accepted the fact that she was defeated by Su Xian's eyes. Unexpectedly, the record was broken by Su Xian's stupid disciple Zhang Mu again. Examiner Su, are you serious? Su Xian said helplessly. I never said it was fake. Fuck, you pushed Zhang Mu from the 50th foreign teacher to this level in 1 month. I think you can come to our No. 1 middle school as a special teacher. This. Examiner Su, if you don't come to our No. 1 middle school as an honorary principal, our school will have no face. Zhang Mu's performance shocked all the teachers and students who were watching the game. Su Xian was calm. Zhang Mu's performance can only be said to be within his expectations. There is still a big gap from the world-class top genius. When everyone was shocked, Zhang Mu had already passed the Thunder Ruins in 2 minutes and the Cat Demon Swamp in 4 minutes, 3 dungeons, a total of 6 minutes and 20 seconds, 3 minutes and 40 seconds faster than Lin Weiwei. The gap between the two was already obvious. When Zhang Mu entered the Blazing Canyon dungeon, everyone stared at the screen intently, looking forward to Zhang Mu's performance. What kind of surprises can this genius who has risen rapidly like a dark horse bring to them? Facing the Blazing Canyon where the average strength of monsters has reached the silver level, Zhang Mu still did not use any moves other than basic skills, nor did he use any potions. It was always the basic skills of fighters such as uppercuts, kicks, whirlwind kicks, back throws, and hug kills. Even so, his monster-killing speed was still so fast that other candidates could not catch up. I didn't expect that the biggest dark horse in Qingzhou City would be Zhang Mu. Zhang Mu's performance is enough to get into Longdu University. I never dreamed that someone in Qingzhou City could reach such a level this year. The teachers sighed, as if they had a big dream. Some students who knew that Zhang Mu was Su Xian's disciple stared at Su Xian with burning eyes and whispered. Some even had wild imaginations and thought that Su Xian was a figure like the legendary sweeping monk. 15 minutes later, Zhang Mu arrived at the Lord level. Bang! Zhang Mu pushed the ground with one foot, and his whole body burst out with strength, running towards the Lord creature Flame Queen like a wild horse. A large number of monsters also rushed over. Bang! 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 Facing the siege, Zhang Mu had only one punch and one kick. Such performance also stunned the students and teachers who were watching the game. Until this time, Zhang Mu still did not use any tricks. Meteor showers and magic meteorites kept hitting Zhang Mu, but Zhang Mu's body movements were faster than Lin Weiwei. He was not hit by any monsters throughout the whole process. Except for physical exhaustion, his body functions were almost kept at the peak. Not bad. Zhang Mu's near-perfect performance finally made Su Xian praise him. Other teachers were furious. This performance was just good in the eyes of Examiner Su. To what extent did Examiner Su's requirements for his disciples? If this was just good, then other students in Qingzhou City would just find a piece of tofu to kill themselves. If Zhang Mu was their disciple, they would laugh in their dreams. Ding! The time on the clearance list was frozen. Zhang Mu's score was shown, 45 minutes and 21 seconds. At the same time, Zhang Mu's score on the Qingzhou City General List also ranked first. Teachers and students in various secret realms saw that name, Zhang Mu. Lin Weiwei is already well known in the education circle of Qingzhou City. Most students have heard of her name, but people from other schools don't know Zhang Mu's name at all. When Zhang Mu topped the list of Qingzhou City, more students and teachers from other schools expressed confusion. Ding! At this moment, a broadcast sounded in all the secret realms of Qingzhou City. Zhang Mu, a candidate from Qingzhou No. 1 Middle School, performed well in clearing the 4 daily dungeons, and he has unlocked the hidden dungeon Dark Cemetery. Clear the Dark Cemetery and you can get extra points. At this moment, the whole city was in an uproar. Chapter 29 Attention from 4 major universities. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dark Cemetery. I remember that the last time the Dark Cemetery appeared in the Qingzhou City Examination Hall was 16 years ago, when Shuiyuehou was referring to it. Yes, Marquis Shuiyuehou became an instant sensation at that time. Not only was he strong, he was also good-looking, and his figure was so perfect. He passed the 4 daily dungeons in 30 minutes, and killed the Zombie King, the Lord of the Dark Cemetery, in 20 minutes. At that time, being Shuiyuehou was simply the dream of 900 million boys. It seems that our Qingzhou City is about to produce another titled Strong Man. The sensation was not limited to Qingzhou City. The emergence of the Dark Cemetery also made Zhang Mu's name appear on the national rankings and was seen by the admissions offices of various universities. Competition among universities for talented students is fierce, because the College Fighting League held every year is related to the ranking of all universities. The amount of resources officially allocated to each university by the Dragon Kingdom is determined based on the rankings. Beifeng Academy, as the last among the 4 universities in the Dragon Kingdom, the people in the Beifeng admissions office are the most anxious during the college entrance examination every year. In order to maintain the reputation of the 4 major universities, they spend a lot of resources every year to compete for students. Sun Dequan, director of the Beifeng admissions office, pays close attention to the national real-time rankings. The names on the list are competing fiercely, and he has been paying attention to most of them for a long time. Suddenly, a strange name came into view. Zhang Mu. The small town of Qingzhou City. That there are thousands of small towns across the country, but few candidates from small towns can enter the national rankings. Once someone from a small town enters the rankings, they will immediately become the focus of all universities. Being on the national rankings is a talent in itself. The educational resources of the small town are vastly different from those of the capital city and the royal city. Under such circumstances, the candidate from the small town can still make it through, which proves that he has unparalleled potential. This is also true, the admissions offices of the 4 major universities have made statistics and found that more than 50% of the candidates who can reach the national rankings from small towns eventually become ranked strong ones. Xiaoyan, bring out Zhang Mu's information, hurry up. Sun Dequan ordered his subordinates to immediately investigate Zhang Mu's information. It's not just Beifeng Academy, the other 3 of the 4 universities, Longdu Academy, Dinghai Academy, and Xianhuang Academy, also immediately noticed the unfamiliar name Zhang Mu, entrance to the dark cemetery. Zhang Mu didn't know that he was attracting the attention of everyone at this moment. He stood at the entrance and did not enter immediately. Instead, he practiced a strange set of physical skills. What is he doing? Why don't you take drugs to restore your energy, blood and mental strength? What a strange physical skill. Practice physical skills at this time. Isn't it a waste of time? Is Zhang Mu drifting? That everyone couldn't understand Zhang Mu's movements, only Su Xianman was smiling. It had only been a month since he taught Zhang Mu the eagle to fly, but Zhang Mu had already practiced it to a high level, and every move was very proficient and natural. Longdu Academy, as the most powerful university in the country, the people in the admissions office of Longdu University are a little more arrogant than other schools. Not all geniuses can catch their eye. At this moment, Xianyuan Dali, director of the admissions office, looked at Zhang Mu on the screen but felt a little lost. This set of physical skills. It's so scary. As a Sanda master in the feudal realm, Xianyuan Dali was well versed in the art of fighting, and he could tell at a glance that the set of skills practiced by Zhang Mu was anything but ordinary. The seemingly simple technique can quickly restore Zhang Mu's energy and blood, making him more energetic. Like an eagle that has just learned to fly, every flapping of its wings is the most basic preparation for soaring into the sky. Xianyuan Dali believed that with his level, he could not create such powerful physical skills. If this basic physical skill can be promoted nationwide and all students in the Dragon Kingdom can practice it, it may be a big improvement for the entire new generation of the Dragon Kingdom. It seems that Zhang Mu has an expert's guidance behind his back. Xianyuan sighed vigorously, and ordered his subordinates to retrieve Zhang Mu's information. He scanned it and finally settled on the column of main occupation teacher Su Xian. He remembered the name. At the same time, he took out his communicator and dialed the communication number left on the document, but it showed that he could not be connected. Yun Xian. He called his assistant. You go to Qingzhou City immediately and try to recruit Zhang Mu to our school. The price you bear can reach the highest standard. The assistant was stunned. Teacher, are you sure you want to use the highest level resources to fight for it? That is specifically for students with the potential to become a king. This Zhang Mu doesn't have the qualifications to become a king at the moment, right? Listen to me. If the principal is blamed, I will be responsible for everything. Xianyuan Dali said, I asked you to go not only to recruit Zhang Mu, but also for a very important task. You go and see Zhang Mu's main professional teacher named Su Xian. If there weren't too many things to do in the admissions office, I would really like to meet this Su Xian in person. Yun Xian disagreed and curled her lips and said, Is a teacher from a small place worthy of your mobilization of troops? I read Su Xian's information, and he is just a golden level shooter. Ignorance. Xianyuan Dali glared. Aren't you curious why a golden level archer can teach a golden level fighter? That when Yun Xian saw the teacher getting angry, she didn't dare to say anything. She just muttered in her heart that she must be lucky, or there is a hidden teacher behind Zhang Mu. She wanted to see what a mere golden archer could do to deserve such praise from the teacher. At the same time, Zhang Mu in the secret realm had finished warming up and calmly walked into the dark cemetery dungeon. Many people in Qingzhou City had seen the dark cemetery for the first time. As soon as they entered, a depressing, desolate, and terrifying atmosphere came over them. Even though it was like this through the screen, it was hard for them to imagine what Zhang Mu felt when he was actually in the cemetery. A gust of cold wind blew by, a series of creepy screams came from under the tombstones in the cemetery, and suddenly a hand stretched out from the tombstones. Zombies crawled out of the graves one after another. An ordinary high school student would probably be weakened by 3 points before the fight even started, but Zhang Mu was not afraid and rushed up with boxing gloves on. At this time, Zhang Mu finally showed his full strength. Bang! The first red zombie that rushed up was hit in the head by Zhang Mu's punch. The killing began. Zhang Mu studied hard and practiced diligently. He had practiced every basic skill of a fighter to the point of being dreamlike. His fists and feet showed the aesthetics of violence. 15 minutes later, Zhang Mu came to the Lord level. He was about to face the strongest Lord creature in the Novice Secret Realm, the Corpse Stealer at the peak of the Gold Realm. Kill! Zhang Mu's eyes were burning with fighting spirit. Facing the Corpse Stealer, who was the best in attack, defense, and speed at the gold level, Zhang Mu showed his weakness for the first time and was forced into a state of embarrassment. He threw thousands of punches, but could not knock down much of the Corpse Stealer's health. The Corpse Stealer could produce a variety of negative effects such as freezing, weakness, and bleeding with a casual blow, making him miserable. It was not until this moment that Zhang Mu realized how exaggerated it was that his teacher Su Xian subdued the Corpse Stealer with one kick during the monster siege. He was always trying to catch up with his teacher. Every time he thought he was going to catch up with his teacher, he found that the gap between them was so great that no matter how hard he tried, he could never catch up with his teacher. Su Xian's words echoed in his mind, "I am at the realm you think I am at." "Teacher, I understand." Zhang Mu's eyes shone with brilliance, and a pale silver dragon roared out from behind him. At the same time, Su Xian's mind outside the examination room sounded a system prompt. "Ding, your disciple Zhang Mu has comprehended the prototype of the Great Power Heavenly Dragon. Congratulations on getting a 500-fold critical hit return. Your Great Power Heavenly Dragon is even more powerful." Chapter 30 Approaching the Legend, the Top Scholar's Teacher. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I seem to hear a dragon roar just now. Fuck, how can I hallucinate in broad daylight? I seem to see 3 5-clawed golden dragons flying just now. Examiner Su, did you see it? No. Su Xian shook his head vigorously. He almost lost control just now. The power of the Great Power Heavenly Dragon's improvement was a bit strong. As Zhang Mu comprehended the Great Power Heavenly Dragon, he was forced to complete a higher level of comprehension. From only being able to transform into 1 golden dragon before, it became 3, and when the Great Power Heavenly Dragon is practiced to the extreme, it can transform into 9 golden dragons at the same time. If 9 dragons come out together, they can be crowned as kings. Su Xian looked at the screen and couldn't help laughing. Zhang Mu's dragon was too small, and the color was only light silver, but it couldn't be blamed on Zhang Mu. It was already amazing that he could practice to this level overnight. The silver dragon came out, and the dragon roar shocked the cemetery. The righteous spirit killed the evil and suppressed the monsters, and the zombies in the entire cemetery paused for a moment. The corpse snatcher was even pierced through the body by the silver dragon. Zhang Mu took advantage of the situation and swung his fist like a storm, hitting the chest of the corpse snatcher. Boom! With a loud bang, the corpse snatcher's body exploded. The time on the leaderboard was frozen, 64 minutes and 59 seconds, the same time as Lin Weiwei, but the nature is completely different. Zhang Mu's time includes the part of clearing the dark cemetery, and the gold content is far more than Lin Weiwei's. Zhang Mu is awesome. Fuck, Zhang Mu is the eternal god. My Qingzhou city is magnificent. Countless teachers and students in Qingzhou city cheered. Today, they witnessed another miracle in Qingzhou city. 16 years ago, Shuiyuehou cleared the dark cemetery, which set off a wave of sword cultivation. After today, Qingzhou city may set off another wave of fighters. The exam is over. Zhang Mu exited the secret realm and returned to reality. He was also very excited. It was difficult for him to pass the second level exam, but he took a month to get to this step, becoming another miracle in Qingzhou city. All this was given by his teacher Su Xian. Without his teacher, he wouldn't be where he is today. When Zhang Mu appeared at the entrance of the secret realm, everyone's eyes were focused on him. Zhang Mu. Zhang Mu. Awesome. The pride of Qingzhou city. Countless people cheered for him, including Qingzhou city governor Qinghu, who came in person to congratulate Zhang Mu. Under the attention of the crowd, Zhang Mu walked towards Su Xian step by step. After a commotion, everyone here knew that Zhang Mu was Su Xian's disciple, but most people still believed that Zhang Mu's achievement was due to his own potential. Su Xian just took advantage of the situation, and Zhang Mu would soon surpass his master Su Xian. Master, Zhang Mu looked at Su Xian, his eyes red, and knelt down with a plop. Please accept my disciples' greetings. At this moment, the whole audience was in an uproar. You have to know that the more talented a person is, the higher his spirit is. With Zhang Mu's talent, there will be a lot of title-level strongmen willing to accept him as a disciple in the future, but he knelt down to Su Xian in such a high-profile occasion. Dong! 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 Zhang Mu didn't care about the eyes of others. He kowtowed 3 times solemnly, and blood appeared on his forehead. Others didn't understand him, only he knew that without his master, he wouldn't be where he is today. Without his master, today he might have to leave sadly like other failed candidates, standing in the corner, looking up at the brightest spotlight. And now, he is the brightest spotlight, enough to illuminate the entire Qinghu city. Get up, Su Xian nodded lightly. Today you are the top scholar in Qinghu city. Stand up, straighten your back, and tell the world that you, Zhang Mu, are not weaker than anyone else. Yes, master. Tears silently crossed Zhang Mu's cheeks. He looked around, and everyone cast a friendly, kind, envious, or jealous look at him. He has never been so confident in his life. The image of Zhang Mu kneeling and kowtowing was captured by the media and spread throughout Qinghu city at lightning speed. Su Xian's name also became well known to the people of Qinghu city with the birth of the top scholar. Outside the examination room, countless reporters had been waiting the moment. Zhang Mu walked out of the examination room. Reporters swarmed up and surrounded him. Hello, Zhang Mu, I am a reporter from the Approaching Legends column. Can I ask you a few questions? Excuse me, how do you feel about passing the level at the fastest speed, becoming the second in the history of Qinghu city, and winning the title of top scholar? Zhang Mu smiled. I want to thank my master Su Xian. That's all. The reporter was stunned. That's all. Zhang Mu nodded. The reporter had a headache and asked again. Many people in our Qinghu city are very curious about how you activated the hidden copy and how you passed the level. Do you have any tricks to share with everyone? Well. Zhang Mu pondered for a few times. First of all, you need to have a good master. The reporter was crazy. What kind of trick is this? She could only bite the bullet and continue to ask, as the second in Qinghu city's history, do you have anything to say to Senior Shuiyuehou, who is also the first in Qinghu city's history? No, I only have one goal to catch up with, and that is my master. Zhang Mu said seriously, Shuiyuehou may be more suitable for my junior sister to catch up. The reporter was stunned. What kind of interview genius is this? She could only ask, then with your talent, when do you think you can surpass your master Su Xian? Zhang Mu scratched his head. My master cannot be surpassed. Puff. The crowd burst into laughter. Their curiosity was gradually diverted, and more people began to be interested in Zhang Mu's master. The reporter sighed and could only lead the topic to Zhang Mu's master. Then do you have anything to say to your master, Mr. Su Xian? Once a teacher, always a father. Zhang Mu said solemnly, I hope everyone remembers that without my master, there would be no Zhang Mu today. If one day I can become famous, I will let everyone remember my master's name. His name is Su Xian. Being a disciple of Su Xian is the proudest thing in the world. When he said this, Zhang Mu's face was filled with a confident and proud smile. In the examination room, Su Xian was numb when he saw this interview. If he didn't know Zhang Mu's iron-headed character, he would have suspected that Zhang Mu was deliberately flattering him. Now the whole Qinghu city knows that he is Zhang Mu's master. His quiet life is probably over. Evil disciple, what a sin. Do you know how hard it is for your master to live a life of lying down and retirement? Su Xian secretly complained. The eyes of several teachers looking at Su Xian changed completely. They were very curious about what Su Xian had done to make Zhang Mu respect him so much. Examiner Su, how do you teach your disciples? Teach us. Or we can be your disciples. I just heard Zhang Mu say that he has a junior sister. In this case, how about giving him a few junior brothers? You teach us, we teach our disciples. One day, you will be the ancestor, comparable to Confucius. The teachers became more and more outrageous. Sorry, everyone, I suddenly have a stomachache. Goodbye. Su Xian couldn't stand it anymore. He had never seen such a shameless person. Zhangmu, you have hurt your master so much.